Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers and Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. And I want to mention really quick that if you want to get a step-by-step tutorial, because I take my notes and I go ahead and type them up and I turn them into a PDF. So if you'd like to get a complimentary copy of the entire project written out step by step, then just hop on over to the Facebook group, because only the people in the Facebook group get the PDF for free. Okay, so I'm going to move my notes over here a little bit, and then so far well, actually, let me show you this first. I know this is silly to have these two boxes here, but there's a reason that I'm showing them to you. First of all, you can get them for $1 at Dollar Tree. If you don't have them in your local store, you can get them online. You just have to buy 12 of them at a time, which is no big deal. You'll use 12. Now, these are not big enough to put a 12 by 12 in. However, they are awesome for scraps. So I have one set aside for the paper scraps, which we don't have any yet because we haven't papered any pages. Then I also have one set aside for the manila scraps. Now, obviously, the bigger ones aren't going to fit, like our folder halves and things like that. However, because you know me, or maybe you don't, and this is your first video that you're watching by me, but this is something you should know, which is I have OCD. So I have taken all the flip scraps and put them in one place. Okay, then I have taken the this is another one and another one. I can't believe I didn't do them all right side up. Anyway, these are all the flip scraps. This is a couple of bigger scraps. These are a couple of tabs. I have them in here diagonal. These are a couple of pieces that we'll probably use for belly bands. So what I'm getting at is, and these are the ones with tabs to use for pockets and whatnot. What you need to know, or the reason I'm showing you this, is that it's a much easier way to keep track of your scraps than to have them all over your desk. Okay, now yes, I have mine sorted inside the box, but that makes it easier for me. It may not make it easier for you. So that's the little introduction to how I do scraps. I also make a collage out of the scraps of the paper that are in the box, the paper box, at the end of the project. And so if you're a member of the Facebook group, you'll also get to see a picture of the collage that I make at the end of every project. Well, almost every project. Okay, so what we've done so far is we've made our base, which is this double pocket at the top, this, page 7, which we're going to probably take the numbers off the pages. Then we made a flip out here that goes like this. Whoopsie, goes like that. So you've got both sides. Okay, and then you close that back up, and then there's the well, the back so far. Now we've put on magnets to hold this flip shut. Hopefully it's going to hold it shut. And I've got new magnets on order so that we can use some more in this project. And those will be coming sometime today. And I'm supposed to have a UPS package by now too. Anyway, so what we're going to do today is we're going to do a little bit of papering, because I want to do this as we go along. I don't want to have all of these flips and flaps and pockets and all this to do together all at the end, because that will make me crazy and it will probably make you crazy too. So what we're going to do is we're going to open our flip, and we're going to work on this page right here, which is the one that we just added the flip to. Now in video 2, I had added this on the bottom here as with the gusset and 2 more pages like this, or actually 4 more pages. I actually yanked this off the page, so I'm sorry if you're following along, you can still do this with that on the page, because I discovered I didn't put it all the way over to the gusset, and I didn't put it all the way down to the bottom, and B, I want to put a pocket at the bottom, and so what we're going to do is we're going to put this flip, we're going to cut it down a little bit, and we're going to put it on the front of the pocket, and so that way it'll be kind of cool. So the pocket that we're going to use is a scrap, of course, but we're going to use a scrap with a tab, and I'm not sure that I'm going to paper it at all. We've got the manila folder project, and it might be kind of cool to have some straight up manila folder pockets. Okay, then we're going to cover this and add the pocket on. All right, you guys ready? Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to paper the top 2/3 of this page, and I think what I'm going to use is this, and so we'll have to cut it down to do the width. Now remember, I'm going to leave a little bit of a border of the manila folder all the way around, so I'm going to do, and that'll cover where I yanked that off, because it was glued on, it was dried and everything, and what I did when I yanked it off, of course some of the manila folder came off, but that's all right because it wasn't all the way over to the gusset, so we're going to be able to cover it. All right, we're going to cover it with the paper and with the pocket, one or both. Okay, so we're going to take this paper and we're going to do this with it, and so that means we're going to cut the width to here. In fact, I'm going to flip it over. This does not have a top or a bottom, so we're going to, this way I can see where to make my marks. Can't do this on every single one, but on these pattern ones like this we can flip them over. And so I'm going to cut this here. Let's see what's going to happen with that. Yeah, I'm going to cut that there, and then I'm going to cut this here for the height, maybe a smidge higher, just a smidge. Okay, now actually we don't need the height, we don't need to paper all the way behind the pocket, now that I think of it. So how tall is our pocket? It's going to be this tall. And I cut the piece off on here, it was wider. So if the piece is here, or the pocket's here, we slide this over. We only need the paper to come down to about here. No, let's make it longer than that. Let's go about to here. And I'm marking this farther over because I don't want to have a pencil mark in that little edge that we're going to have around. So let's go back to this piece of paper. Let's erase our height. The width is going to be the same. So let's make our height. Let's start where our mark is. Then we'll go up. Yeah, it's going to be there. Then we'll go up. Then we'll cut it right here. And that should be all we need. That's all I need. Just that lamp. Okay, and this chair. I don't know if you're a Steve Martin fan or not, but you will know that from the movie The Jerk. if you are a Steve Martin fan. If you're not, it's a very funny movie and you should watch it. So let's cut this off here. Let's cut this off here. Otherwise, we're going to cut off our mark. Cut that off there. And then we'll cut this off here. We have a scrap. I'm going to set it to the side for now, and then at the end I decide which scraps I want to keep. Now this should fit on the page. I decided that I'm not sure that I'm going to ink the papers. They're not that thick, and I don't think that it's going to matter on the edges. Because I know I'll forget to do some. There's going to be so many that, yes, there's going to be so many that I know I'm going to forget on some. So I'm going to leave this clean without any inking. This should fit on here. Let's make sure. Okay, so let's glue it on. Okay. We're also going to do a little bit of work on another page if we have time, and we're going to add a flip. This isn't coming out very well. I also think I'll do this. And I need to add some to it. I always like having it mostly full. Yeah, let's try that. Better, but I still need to fill it. Okay, let's put it on here. Make sure it's straight. This is kind of over a little further than I would like, but it does cover the flap. Okay, now we're gonna fix this flap that we had on here, and it's obviously too tall for our pocket. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut part of this off. In fact, we're just gonna cut it off right here where our gusset line was. We're going to cut it off right there, and we're going to use this as the flap to go underneath the pocket so it will still be hinged. And then we're going to cut the height down. So let's cut the height down first. All right. So, oh, that's what we're going to cut off. So let's look at the height that we want. How tall do we want it on the to fold over on the pocket? So I'm going to look at the lowest end, okay, and then I'm going to go down some Okay, and then we already decided that we're going to cut this off here. I'll lift the top off the glue. That is not helpful, is it? So let's cut this off so we have a flap to glue on the back of the pocket. That'll give us a 1/2 inch flap. Scrap, keep it. Okay, and we're going to cut this off, which is going to be a scrap that we probably don't need to keep. Okay, now let's double check our work. Okay, here's our pocket. This is going to hook on here, and then it's going to flip over there. All right, I like it. Never seen a pocket with a flip before, but I'm sure someone has done it. So we're gonna miter the corners of this. I wrote that on my list of things to do, and I am trying to remember to do it. There's a I was gonna say we forgot to do it on that, but now we've done it on that. I keep saying we because I feel like you and I are doing this together. And if you were following along with video 2, let me say you're perfectly fine with leaving this on, you know, with the double page. And the only difference is when you flip both of them up, then you're going to add the pocket on underneath the double flip. Okay, and then if you were silly enough to leave a little space at the bottom, then you might have to, well, you'll have your pocket on. So make sure your pocket goes all the way down and leaves just that little edge and covers this back flap. Do you know what I mean? So like we just cut this part off and it was this wide. And it was glued here originally. So if you had gone ahead and glued it, then you're going to have to make a piece of paper or some sort of an ornament or something that goes down all the way to here to cover it because it was glued here. Then when you open it up, you're going to have your piece that was glued on across here, because remember it was a big flap. Just put the pocket on top of it. And then you'll have the pocket with the flap on there. I take that back. You're going to have to glue the whole flap down first, then put the pocket on top of it. All right? I'm sorry that that may have happened to you, but hopefully that quick explanation will help you make it right. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to glue it on the side of the pocket. We're going to do it as a flap, so we're going to glue the top side of the little flap. I'm going to glue it on the side of the pocket. Let's see, where do I want it? I think I want it at the bottom. So let's make sure that we've got this right along the edge where it folds. Good grief. Could I make it any crookeder? Could I make it any more crooked? Probably not. Okay, make sure it's straight across the bottom. Now we are going to put paper on this, and I believe I had you number these at the end of the other video, and so just erase that. There was no writing originally on this because we just cut it. Okay, so now we're going to glue the pocket to the page here at the bottom. And then, like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to paper this, but if you wanted to, you could make a rectangle that had a little bit of an edge around, like we're leaving that little bit of manila folder edge all the way around, and put it on here and just do it down here and go across and leave the tab. Or you could cut a piece of paper and leave the edge and follow the edge of the tab if you would like to do that. That's not what I'm going to do. Wow, you can see the paper through the manila folder. Maybe it's just because of my lights. Hopefully not. Okay, so now let's take this. We're going to glue this to the page. If you really can see this through it, I'll take it out of the lights. Then I will have to cover the pocket. I won't have a choice because I can't have that showing through. So now, since this is a pocket, we're only going to glue 3 sides, which are the 2 sides and the bottom. I always put that little smear in the corner so that I have the ability to move it around. You have to be a little careful on the pocket when you do that. Wow, now the glue's coming out like crazy. Okay, so now we're going to put our pocket with our flap on the page. We're going to line it up with the bottom of the page in the corner and make sure that you're not blocking off your folds. Okay, so you've got your gusset that's going to fold here and over. Then you're going to have this that folds this way, and it looks like the pocket is too wide. So let's take it off. We're going to have to wait for the glue to dry. Trim it. Well, I wonder if I could just trim it. If I trim it with my scissors, I just know I'm going to do it wrong. It isn't even that much. Let's see. If I put it right there, put it right there, then I can fold this. And I can fold that. Okay. I just didn't have it quite lined up right. Okay. So now we're going to pick some paper for this. And what I'd like to do is put part of this on the front, and then maybe another part of it on the back, and not use this brown right now at all, now that I look at it. Okay, so let's use the music part, leaving the little border around. Just remember, it only goes up to here, so we're going to cut our border edge just a little bit short of the top, and then the width is right here, so we're going to go just a little bit shorter than the width and take it away. And I'm going to erase that little teeny pencil mark I accidentally had on there. You really don't want to do that because it's really hard to get a pencil mark erased and not be able to see it. on the manila folder. So let's set this to the side for a second. Jeepers criminy with me and the glue. What is up with that? So we're going to cut it. Let's see. Let's cut it this way first. Thinking about our paper, conserving the most of the paper that we can. So we've got a bigger piece, this whole piece left over. Now let's cut the width. And I know this scrap is going to seem small, but I am going to save it for the collage. So, yeah. So now let's take our paper. I really feel like I can see that paper. I wish I had papered it all the way down. Anyway. Let's double check the size. It looks good. Let's glue that on. I don't know why I do that with my hand. It makes absolutely no difference whatsoever. I hope you can't hear my TV. You know, earlier it was really funny because I heard all this screaming. I was watching, what's it called? The one where the woman is, Species. That's what I was watching. And I didn't really watch it. I just had it on, and I was in here writing up what we were going to do in this video. And I heard all this screaming and stuff, and I totally forgot that I had the TV on, and I was about ready to call 911 because it sounded like somebody was being murdered, which is exactly what was going on. And now I want to use this end so I don't have the music on both sides, or do I want the music on both sides? No. So I'm going to use the top, but I want to use this corner. So let's do this on our flap. Leaving our little edge. Okay, we're going to cut our width here. And we're going to cut our height here. Once again, we're going to do this first. It's one good thing about thin paper. It just cuts like butter. But you do have to be careful with layering and stuff if you're going to use thinner paper like this. Then you have to be careful. Now, of course, this piece can go in the collage or maybe a tuck or something, so we'll save that too. I know it's small, but that's just me. And I'll stop talking about the scraps now. Yeah. You just wait for that bubble to come up if you're using Fabrifix. and then the air bubble is out of the tip, and then your glue will come out. That's your little glue tip for the day. Okay, so we're going to paper this. I wonder if I want it to be on the top corner. I think I do. Okay, let me move this up. I think I want to move that down a little bit. Wow, I just had a floater just go right across my eyeball. That was pretty weird. Just because I didn't expect it. Not that I don't realize that I have them, you know, because if you have floaters, which are actually just little pieces of junk floating around in the fluid in your eye, then you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. If you do, then you do. Okay, so we've got our backing paper, we've got our pocket, we've got our flap glued on with paper on it. All right, so we're not going to do the tucks on here just yet, because on this video I want to make sure to get in the fact that we're going to add a flap on this page, which is the one next to this one. All right, and our flap is going to open up. So we're going to cut a 6 by 6.5 piece of manila folder. Let me get a drink here. I finally got my craft room back together, but then on all the cleaning, you know, I did cleaning when I put everything back because everything was separate. Then there was dust. Let there be dust. All right, so we're going to open this up. Well, let's cut the tabs off once again so that we're starting with the same size piece of paper or manila folder. Now let's open it up. Let's cut a 6 by 6.5. So we get 6 inches wide. By 6.5. I'm going to make that 1/2 inch flap. So it's going to end up 6 by 6. Get out our scoreboard. And I want our 6.5 side. And we're going to score it at 6. Which gives us a 1/2 inch flat. Which this actually seems to look to me to be a little bit small. It's not quite 6.5, according to the board anyway. According to the paper trimmer it was. Go figure. Nope, Oz is going to make his appearance, I think. Kind of sounds like he might. So we're going to fold this. Then what are we going to do next? We're going to miter the corners. Oh, I moved everything. That's too far over. I'm going to have to move that. My rolling cart is too close to my, where I turn around to get my, what do you call it, scoreboard and my envelope punch board, which lean against the side of it. But I should be able to just lean back and grab it. Oh, it just doesn't make any difference. There he goes. Okay, we'll fold this over and we're going to glue it like this onto the page. It's 6 inches wide. So we're just going to put this flap on, and then your class will be over for today. Well, we're only at 36 minutes. Except my dog is going to drive me crazy. We got this done quicker than I thought we would, to tell you the truth. Okay, so we're going to make the flap like this. So that means we need to glue this here. Glue this here part. And it rained and all my snow is gone. I just don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair at all. Okay, so we're just going to attach this to the top. So put it right across the top. Flip it down. Wow. And line it up with the top of the page. Make sure it's straight down our edges. So we need to be able to fold. Okay, that looks fine. Let's flip it up and see if we have any glue seepage. We're going to get our dry wet wipe and grab this glue real quick. We can use our bone folder to go across and make sure the glue's all spread out under there. Okay, so now we have that flap there. Just like that. So that'll be fun. So let's go back here, since we have some time. Let's go back here and let's decide what we want. I think I just want a little tuck right here. So let's get out our scraps. What do we got today? There we go. This little guy will work. And we're going to want to make a tuck. Now this has a little fold on this end. So let's turn it this way. And let's make our tuck. Just come down to the end of the paper. And I'm not sure about the width. Maybe about that far. Where's my pencil? Yeah, about that far right there. Then I'm going to put this back down where it goes. And then that gives me the height, which is going to be the height of the pocket, not the height of the, oh, wait a minute. It's going to be the height of the paper. Okay. So we'll cut this little guy up. I think it's too long. And there's that little flap. So let's readjust our length. I mean our height. No, our length. I want it to be less than half. So let's move it back quite a bit. Let's move it back to here. Somehow I did cut it backwards, and that little part of the gusset part that comes on the manila folder from the factory was still there. So we're going to cut this little tuck, and so we're just going to glue it on 3 sides. That's why we couldn't use that side. So we're going to glue it on 3 sides. I don't know if you can hear all the sirens and stuff going on. And I am using my lapel mic. Tried the webcam mic and it was fine, except for the fact that you could hear my clock. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. And I don't know, it was a little annoying to me on the recording. There's one recording with it. Oh. Is our paper crooked? Get that little bit of glue coming out. Then that'll be our tuck. Oopsie. There we go. That's why it looked crooked. And there's our little tuck. And if we want to, we can paper this, and I think we should. So maybe we'll paper it with the brown. I just take my mic off. Sorry about that. I just yanked my mic off. Stepped on the cord. So let's put some paper on this. You want it to be this wide. We want it to be this high. Where's our? We want it to be this high. What is it with me and my pencil? Let me see if I made that too high. It's hard kind of seeing the tuck and the flip in the pocket. Okay. Let's go down a little bit. Yep, and then our tuck goes here. No lid on the glue. Things are just getting out of control, aren't they? Out of control. Alright. Then I'll leave it to you to put a tuck or a pocket or whatever you want on the back. Once you've seen me do it, you've seen me do it. So, where are my lines? Oh, there's one. There's one. I'm all excited. I found one of my lines. Oh, here's the other one. This is going to cover our little tuck. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. I may end up papering that pocket. I'm not sure I like it without the paper. And I still think I can see that backing paper through the manila folder, which I'm not really sure how. Maybe because of the color. Because of the color. Because of the color. Okay. So there's our tuck. And our tuck on our flip. We'll put something on the back here. Maybe a tuck on this side. Yeah. Put a tuck on this side. That way we can still see this. So you can do that. You just saw me do it. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to paper this. And I have no idea what paper I'm going to use for that. Could use the brown. But I don't think I like that. I think I want to use another pattern. So I'll do that. I'm just going to go straight across. And then I'll show it to you in the next video. And then you can put a little tuck on there. Just like the one on the front, because I just showed you how to do it. No sense in watching me glue and paper twice. Okay, so that's what we got accomplished. We got our flip pocket, our backing paper, and our flip on this page. So that's what we got done. And that's going to be the end of the video for this time. And I will see you in the next video, which is going to be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.